could imagine, because as I said, I mean, it's a tax-deferred account. You can't tax prior to the, prior to the contract, whether it's bullion or coins or...
Well, yeah, but we're dealing with thieves.
The only thing that it could apply to, I don't know if it would apply to the ETFs, but then again, they still haven't sold anything, so how can you get taxed on something before you sell it?
Good question.
I mean, it didn't make sense.
Well, anyway, I think they're going to have some lawsuits on their hands, because there probably are people who've switched, and they should institute a lawsuit. Yeah, the problem is there's not much money involved in the exchange. It all depends on what they gave them on the bid side for the bars and what they gave them on the offered side for the coins. And, whatever the profit was, they have to give it up. And they'll probably get fined.
Well, I mean, the best thing, and also, actually, when it comes to taxes and everything, people really do need to check with their tax accountants, too.
I've seen some, today, tax selling going on. Selling for losses because, people have gains they want to offset them with.
Yeah.
It's already begun. And I think some of the people who stayed in the market are getting out here after the rally, and that's where the gains are coming from. And they're offsetting them with, losses. I've only seen one, but usually when you see one, you'll see more.
You know what, Bob? I've been hearing a lot of strange things that are occurring, with various, referring to gold and silver, and I mean, it just never ceases to amaze me, the stories that I hear and the comments that I hear, and why people need to do this and why people need to do that, and what actually happens to people. I'm surprised anybody buys gold anymore, as misstrued everything is. And the information.
You mean all the lying?
All the lying, everything like that. I mean, it is just a matter of time. I mean, the market is not regulated at this point in time. It's just a matter of time until it is, I believe. It's going to be regulated somehow because of that.
Well, because the whole industry, just like the brokerage industry, is rife with crooks.
It is. And
I mean, and I never say anything, but some of these, I know 5 right off the top of my head who quote me verbatim in their own writing. But I don't say anything because I don't care. The idea is to get the good message out, but what I'm running into now is they're lying about stuff.
I mean, some of these people, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. And then I get these emails, I get boatloads of emails. And then I hear these emails that so-and-so said something, and I mean, the guy's a crook. But everybody will take it at his, I mean, it just amazes me. I mean, I've been in the shortwave area a long time, and I pretty much know everyone out there, and I know a lot of I know them. And it'd make people's hair curl what I knew. And it's just like, it just amazes me. They're just so... I don't understand it, Bob. I don't understand how people can be so easily conned.
They don't know what else to do.
How do people get so easily conned?
Well, you saw that thing with Pat Kiley. Can you imagine? I called 155 people.
Yeah, but I told people prior to that the program was
I know,
so
and then
good.
I called them.
And nobody listened.
Well, 105 of them listened.
Yeah, but do you know how many people I told not to do it prior to that? And I'll guarantee you most of them went in anyway. Because they're conned and they're promised so many things, and it's just frustrating because I know what I do, and it's just frustrating. I don't get it. Anyway, let's get back to the...
We got to face this question here from Chris. I spoke with our local emergency management coordinator. He has already identified specific high schools in large locations throughout the country where mass vaccinations can take hold. He stated that whatever the CDC recommendations will be, that is what he will do. You know, like a zombie. It's just like the guys in the German army, take those Jews over there and shoot them, and all those priests and nuns, and you shoot them over there. And I mean, this is the same mentality, an unlawful order. And he says we can mobilize within 2 weeks of the official recommendations. He stated that he thinks it will get very bad, and he is actively taking measures to prepare for large-scale deaths, using refrigerated trucks to hold bodies until the next of kin can claim them, and also creating counseling groups to help families of loved ones who pass away. You mean they were murdered? Let's talk about this in some detail. How does one self-quarantine themselves and your school-age children without the risk of having a knock on the door and asked to go to an official federal quarantine camp? If you opt to refuse the vaccine and self-quarantine, we need some innovative and creative ideas on how to prepare other than just stocking up on food, water, and weapons. I am very concerned on how this is going to play out. I would like to hear everyone talk about creative ideas and solutions and what can be done in this scenario in your radio shows. It's August 19th, and the first batch of shorts are scheduled to be ready on the 15th of September. Now, first of all, I want to give you a little background here. And the background is this. The Democrats who run the House and the Senate and who control the executive branch of government politically, and we all know who really controls them. And the problem that they face is that, number one, Congress's approval rating is 12. The president is 44. Both numbers are beyond dreadful. The cap and trade is in trouble in the Senate, and they might have to break arms to get it through. I'm told that they're going to get through this health care thing. They do that, and they'll have a revolution on their hands. So I don't think they're going to push too hard about quarantining people. You know, when half the people don't show up, we're talking 160, 170 million people. They're going to put them in camps? I don't think so. And they start moving families out, these guys are going to lock and load. I'm telling you, you're going to hear about a crew just went to pick up a family over in such and such a place. They're all dead. They try to pick up the XYZ family, they just blow them to smithereens. And that's what's going to happen. But I think the government knows that, and I don't think they're going to quarantine people. They say they will. In England, 1/3 of the nurses who administer the shots refuse to take them. It's in today's issue under England. It's a link. Actual article right out of the Telegraph or wherever the heck it came from. So that's my take. What do you say?
Well, I think a lot of these areas, you have these people that are in charge, and they get this power mentality. They begin to run scared themselves. And perhaps by sending them anonymously maybe some materials, some information, let them read, and maybe they'll have a little bit of change of mind themselves. I guess somehow you need to try to educate. But I think that's what happens. Just like any place, you give these people a little bit of power, they go nuts, and so it sounds like this guy is, trying to, take control and do what he needs to do. But I agree with you, Bob. I think the numbers, but on the other hand, if whatever reason people do stop dropping, when people become scared, what you might think they would do, when it comes to their families, I don't think people really know what they're going to do until they're really faced with that situation.
Well, there's 480 million weapons in the United States. And there are 80 million veterans, and 40 million of them are combat veterans. I know their ages are from, well, most of them are from 55 to 85. But that doesn't mean they can't strap on a weapon and use it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it doesn't say that all of them don't want the shots, or if your neighbors, all of a sudden fall over, it makes people think a little bit differently. So
it's not even been tested, and even if they tested it, they lie about it.
Absolutely.
And then you get this lawsuit by Bürgermeister in Austria saying, Baxter deliberately put out those live viruses. They were going all over the world, millions of shots. They were going to affect the whole world. That just doesn't happen. That's no coincidence.